So we are going to do some more back bending. So bring those arms so that they are parallel to the long side of the mat. Rest your forehead on the ground. So first of all, clench the bum, push the pubic bone into the mat. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, back and down. So get your arms in the right position for the shoulder position. Draw the tummy in so you lift the lower back and protect it. Clench the thighs and lift those knees and feet off the ground, pointing those toes. Breathing in. And on the out breath, lift that chest and upper body up, keeping the bottom ribs on the floor. Trying to take my throat as far away from the floor as possible, as if there's a mat under my nose and I'm lifting away from it. Clench my legs and my bum so they're straight and long. And then release back down to the ground, lower everything. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift, legs go out straight, upper body goes out as if you've got a bad smell under your nose or a match. Lift that head away. Lift through that throat. It's under your chin, it's under your throat. Lifting, lengthen the legs, clench the bum. And then release everything onto the floor. So notice that your bum is what lifts everything. So breathing in, on the out breath, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Clench the bum and push the pubic bone in the ground. Lengthening those legs and pushing the pubic bone in the ground means the bum is lifting the legs up. Breathing in. On the out breath, push the head away from the feet and lift that chest up. Again, as if there's a mat under your chin. Feel those shoulder blades pulling together. Feel the bum pushing together tight. Breathing in, palms on the floor. Breathing out, just push off those palms and lift up onto the pubic bone. Legs go down to the ground. Release on those forearms and the ribs come back down to the ground. Push on those arms and forearms, the legs go down, you rest on your pubic bone. Release on those arms, you come down onto the bottom rib. One more. Clench and push on those arms, clenching the bum, pulling those shoulders back. Feel the weight on the pubic bone. And then release onto the bottom rib and release everything down to the ground. So we act like a rocking chair. We rock from the ribs onto the pelvis, back onto the ribs, back onto the pelvis. So that's what we're trying to do in the up dog, but we have our arms straight, so it's a bit hard, or it's a bit, you've got to be more refined in your movement. So breathing in. On the out breath, clench the bum, lengthen the legs, knees and feet are off the ground. Draw in the tummy, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back, and then push that head away from those toes. Breathing in. Breathing out, push off those forearms and lift up onto that pubic bone. And release back down to the bottom rib. Now slide those hands so they're by the bottom rib, staying in this position. And you're just going to apply enough pressure on the hands to do that same action on the body, onto the pubic bone. Now you're going to push those arms straight and lift up onto the knees. Good. Now you're going to lower those arms back onto that pubic bone, clench the bum to hold yourself, and then release onto the bottom ribs, bring those arms back into the Cobra position, and then release the body back on the floor. So feel how much your bum has to be influencing to do this action. So breathing in, clench the bum, lengthen those legs. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Push off those forearms and lift that upper body up. Eyes are looking down, but as if you've got a match under your chin, you're lifting away from the flank. Breathing in. On the out breath, push off those forearms and come onto the pubic bone. Ease on those forearms, come back to the bottom rib. Bring those hands onto the floor by the bottom rib, lengthening those legs, breathing in. On the out breath, push off the hands enough to come onto that pubic bone again. And then straighten those arms and lift onto the knees. Good, lengthening the chest. Now pushing the bum into the air, go back into child pose. Back into child pose, pushing those hands forward, stretching. Good, breathing in, breathing out. Leave the hands where they are on the floor. So my knees are wide. I'm going to pull the knees away from each other without moving them, so the bum clenches. And I'm going to lift up onto all fours again. I'm now going to roll those shoulders up to the ears down and back. And I'm going to clench my bottom and push it through between my hands back into that up dog position. Clench the bum, feel the tummy tight. Open the chest, lift up the head away from the pubic bone. Good. Now I'm going to push the bum into the air again. And back into child pose. So I want your back to stay kind of in neutral. Your thigh obviously can't bend because it's a straight bone. So what is bending is your hip. You're bending backwards with the hip here, and then we're going to bend forwards when we come up into up dog. So pulling creating tension again away from with the knees pulling away from each other. Engage those glutes. Lift that body up onto all fours, holding that yourself strong. Swing those hips down towards the hands, clenching the bum. Drawing the core, open the chest. Lengthen the head from the pubic bone. Nice and long. See if you can go through, mum. Good. Lengthening shoulders back, Jane. Lower that pubic bone to the floor. Lower the chest to the floor and then release. Elbows are still in the sky. Breathing in. Breathing out. Slide those arms up so that the forearms are next to your fingers are next to the top of your head.